After a lot of research time invested and money spent, Marty and Rick Lagina hit the jackpot. As they like to say, Oak Island was said to have buried treasure under it, attracting the attention of researchers, historians, and various treasure hunters throughout the years. Most of them tried unsuccessfully to learn the island's secrets, but some lost their money, lives, or even their sanity. The two brothers, Rick and Marty Lagina, believe they've solved the riddle surrounding the enigma of Oak Island. The question everyone wants to know is if there was buried treasure and if the island gave it up. Before we start, can we get this video to 1,000 likes? Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. The two brothers worked hard and spent much of their lives trying to learn the mysteries of Oak Island, but it was to no avail. Then their last attempt bore fruit, and a television network chose to chronicle their efforts in a documentary called The Curse of Oak Island. These brothers were obsessed with the island, spending a lot of money to fund their excavations and locate the treasure. Fortunately, the television show helped bring in more investors, giving them the funding needed for their treasure hunt. The show went through 2 seasons without a discovery from the Lagina brothers, but during the 3rd season, that all changed. While they drained a hole, they found artifacts, including a ceremonial Roman sword, which suggested that the Romans were in North America before Christopher Columbus. By the end of Season 3, they had unearthed many artifacts, leading them to feel they were on the right track. As Season 4 began, they wanted to identify one of the interesting items they'd found, a handmade copy of a French map. Zena Halperin, an expert in ancient seafaring and a historian, helped them analyze it. They dated the map to around 1647, and it included the words valve, anchor, and hatch, suggesting the hidden treasure might be from Africa. The treasure hunters also found what appeared to be a section of a book. It seemed like a bookbinder, something to hold paper together. This led the brothers to think there could be manuscripts waiting to reveal their secrets to a larger picture. Along with the book binding, they found a piece of parchment made from animal skin, which some speculated might link to William Chappell and Frederick Blair, who had been involved in an earlier investigation of the island dating back to the 15th century, when only the wealthy could receive or send letters. A few gold pieces were found on Oak Island in the 21st century while the Truro Company was excavating. However, they ran into trouble when the sea filled the hole and had to stop because they ran out of money. That area was dubbed the Money Pit, which claimed a life during an attempt to drain it. Many people explored the island in the 20th century, each company hoping to succeed but finding only failure. President Roosevelt was among those obsessed with the island. He was part of an exploration group, but his team was unsuccessful and couldn't fund further excavations. Interest in the pit never waned. Despite all the failures, the mystery remained alive thanks to people like Owen Hamilton, who cleared a shaft and found rocks far into the area. This confirmed that something was buried beneath. Rick and Marty were in good company. Their team had skill, experience, and knowledge, confident that the island might reveal its mystery. Craig Tester, Marty's college roommate, Dan Blankenship, and his son David formed part of the team. Dan Blankenship was the famous Nova Scotia treasure hunter, often called a living legend, who left his contracting business to pursue the Oak Island mystery. Since childhood, the Lagina brothers had been budding treasure hunters, so it was only a matter of time before a treasure hunting mystery captured their imaginations and led them to pursue it relentlessly. At just 10 years old, Rick Lagina, living in Kingsford, discovered a granite boulder and wondered if treasure lay beneath it. Although he found nothing, it was a momentous occasion for him. In 2006, the brothers bought a stake in the island to pursue their dream, buying about half of Oak Island tours. Dan Blankenship owned the other half and became part of the team, and both knew that collaboration was key. Marty was cautious, not wanting to jump to conclusions with their initial discoveries, though evidence suggested that significant events had occurred further back than they imagined. Nonetheless, he couldn't help feeling optimistic. The first indication of treasure on Oak Island happened in the 18th century when young Daniel McGinnis found unnatural markings on one of the oak trees, which he thought might have been left by a rope and pulley system. He also discovered a depression nearby, which he and his friends believed concealed buried treasure. They began a decades-long excavation, sparking interest in others like the Enlow Company, which attempted to continue their efforts. Over time, numerous theories emerged. Some speculated that the treasure belonged to Marie Antoinette, while others believed Francis Bacon and Shakespeare had left manuscripts. Theories captured imaginations even if none were confirmed. The Laguinas uncovered the woodline, thought to have been built by the original Money Pit searchers in 1805. In fact, they've discovered about 600 historical artifacts since their adventure on Oak Island began. Among their significant finds inside the pit was a human bone, later identified as having Middle Eastern ancestry, while another bone was European. Marty hypothesized that these were connected to the Knights Templar. Gary Drayton, known as the metal-detecting ninja, joined the Laguina team. Skilled at finding objects others missed, he was a valuable addition. During the Curse of Oak Island Season 5, Gary and the Laguinas found an artifact significant enough to rewrite history, a cross with a hole at the top, dated to between 1200 and 1600. There was also a stone with Greek letters, reminding Rick of a Templar prison. These artifacts supported theories connecting Oak Island to the Knights Templar, potentially altering world history if proven true. Historian Zena Halperin proposed that the cross could represent the Phoenician goddess Tanit, suggesting a Templar reverence for this deity. More evidence continued to emerge supporting these intriguing theories. One particularly notable discovery was a garnet stone, thought to have links to Marie Antoinette. Rick Laguina said they deserved a pat on the back for their discoveries, though the garnet's origins remain uncertain. Regardless, the Laguinas continue to focus on unraveling the island's mysteries. Even if the show isn't renewed, host Maddie Blake claims they are sure to make more discoveries. As the team keeps digging, they uncover more compelling finds, including stone carvings resembling Roman numerals. The team has also run tests on these stones, and findings suggested the presence of Vikings on Oak Island. Other finds included tubular man-made objects, which they consulted with archaeologist L. Nen, who confirmed their artificial origin. Another discovery was a strange structure beneath the ground, believed to be the chapel vault, containing unknown treasures. Although nothing conclusive is known yet, the Laguinas' journey on Oak Island has proven profitable, partly due to the television show documenting their treasure hunt.